Good morning. We'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes. Meanwhile, others can complete your quiz. So quiz is in the chat window. Quiz link is pasted in the chat window. You can please complete the quiz.
Ma'am, paste it once more, ma'am.
Yeah, yes. Yes, I'll do it. Okay, it's done. So the last class, we were saying about all these we have done in the last class. We've started with some string simple queries. We have done with alias. We have done with um, unspecified where class. Distinct was over. So now we'll start with set operations. So what do we mean by set operations? So the set operations, SQL has directly incorporated some set operation. There is a unique union operation, that is union, and in some version of SQL there are set difference minus and intersection operation. The resulting relation of these set operations are set of tuples. Duplicate tuples are eliminated from the result. The set operation apply only to the union compatible relation. The two relation must have the same attributes and the attributes must appear in the same order. So then set operations make a list of all project numbers for project that involve an employee whose last name is Smith.
Ma'am,
Yeah. Yes.
your PPT was not.
ಯಾಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಸುನಿಲ್?
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ನಿಮ್ದು ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಹೌದಾ? ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಇರಪ್ಪ.
Ma'am, it was showing, ma'am, and it was normal. Your voice was normal.
Maybe his network is not fine. So today we'll start with set operations. So the set operations, what we have seen in the relational was also same as that. In the relational chapter, we have seen what are the set operation, union, intersection, and minus. Even in SQL also, we have the same, we can use the same concept. SQL has directly incorporated some set of set of operations. There are union operation. Union means what we are doing.
Can't see the screen now, ma'am.
What happened?
No, we can't see.
One second. Why you are not able to see? Network is fine. I'll represent. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we can see now.
Yeah. Okay. So in the union operation, so in what do we mean by union is combining two sets. So I have two sets. One is so just take ABC and another one is CDE. Then what is the union is doing? Combining both ABC, DE. All these, if you have two tables, combining both is called as a union. Then what is minus? So in the relation we have seen minus means if A and B are two sets, A minus B, all the values which are present in A and which are common in B will be taken. That is minus. So intersection means what? common in both the elements, then we take an intersection. So that's the union minus an intersection. The set operation apply only to union compatible relation. The two relation must have same attributes and the attribute must appear in the same order. So then set operations, make a list of all project numbers for projects that involve an employee whose last name is Smith as a worker or as a manager of the department that controls the project. Select. So how do we do with this? So we want to select, what we want to select, project number from where, and they asked us to display the project name. So select the project name. From where we will get the project name? From a table called as a project. Then we want to, because the project cannot be only one, because it is always linked to the department as well as employee, because the project will be done by the employee and employees in turn is present in some department. So that's the reason select P name from which table? Project table, department table and employee table. Where, so what is the join condition we are using? So we are joining two tables first. One is department and project. So that's what D number should be equal to D number. And what again, who is the manager for department, for which each department, so something like our HOD is the head for the each departments in the BMS. Same way here, manager SSN should be equal to SSN. SSN is what? Generally all the employees. Now you are all also the students. Each of you have a unique ID. So that's what, same way here, manager SSN should be equal to SSN. And the last name of the employee should be Smith. So this will be fetched along with that. So what we are checking out, how many hours the employee is working. Yes. So in that case, union, select P name from project works on employee, where P number equals to P number and ESSN equal to SSN and name equal to Smith. So that's what here the set operation will be done. That is a union. A complete select query called a nested query can be specified within the where clause of another query called the outer query. Many of the previous queries can be specified in an alternative form using a nesting. So here what we are doing, nesting means what? So you would have seen in so many other languages. So where nested if, nested for, nested by. So what all these will be doing? If within one more if, then for within one more for, or while within one more while is called as a nesting. Same way here also, what we do, nesting of queries. So retrieve the name and address of all the employee who work for research department. So in this case, if we can say select first name, last name, address from employee, where D number in, select D number from department, where D name equal to research. So that's what here, nesting of queries. Your green color one, it will take the inner, this query will be executed first because it is the inner query. After this query is executed, the outer query will be executed, which is in a red color. So that's what about a nesting query. And what is the nesting of our queries? The nested query selects the number of research department. The outer query select an employee tuple if it is D number value is in the result of either nested query. The comparison operator in compares a value V with the set or multi-set of values V and evaluates to true if V is one of the element in V. In general, we can have several levels of nested queries. A reference of an unqualified attribute refers to the relation declared in the innermost nested query. In this example, the nested query is not correlated with the outer query. So then how we do correlated nested queries? If a condition is in the where clause of a nested query, reference an attribute of a relation declared in our outer query, the two queries are said to be correlated. The result of a correlated nested query is different for each tuple of the relation, the outer query. Then how do we retrieve that? suppose let us say retrieve the name of each employee who has a dependent with the same name as the employee. So I was even saying that, so sometimes if parents have their name starts with S, even they want their kid's name also should start with S. Same way here also in this query, that's what they have asked. The first name of the employee should be same as the dependent name. So, or you can see nowadays, or some states, what they are doing, if the father name is some name, then that name will be attached to the kid also. So that's what here, the same thing here. Select employee's first name, employee's last name from employee as E, where E.SSN in select ESSN, employee SSN from dependent, where ESSN equals to ESSN and employee first name equals to dependent name. So that's what here, whatever the employee name is there, the dependent name should be same. So then correlated nested queries. So select a query written with the nested select from where block and using the equal to or in comparison operator can always be expressed as a single block query. So select first name, last name from where, from which table, from employee table, from employee table. What is this E stands for? E stands for alias, means other name. So the employee table is also called as E. Also from dependent. So dependent, if employees exist, then only the dependent table will be existing. So the same way, employee E, then dependent D, then SSN equals to ESSN and name, first name equals to dependent name. So that's what here, this is how we write the same query what we have written in the last. That was using a nested query, but the same nested query can be written directly like this without using a nested query. Okay, so next, retrieve the name of each employee who works on all the projects controlled by the department number 5. So now I want to know all the projects where the MCA students are doing. What is that? Which department it is? It is MCA. And what details I want? All the students whose project department number is 5. Select first name, last name from employee, where select project number from works on, where SSN equals to ESSN contains, select P number from project, where G number equals to 5. So that's what here you can see what we are doing. Contains. Contains means it should be present in both the table. One is select project number and another one is same way select project number from works on. Works on is one table, and we are matching. We are checking out what is a employees SSN should be equal. It should be present in both the tables. One is in employee table as well as on a works on table. And it should also be present in the project table, where that project, whatever that particular employee is working, should be present in the D number. Let me see the project number. Suppose you are working, MCA third sem student are working on a project, or let us assume that project you are working on some department project. Let us take library. So you are working for a library. How many hours you are working? And what is which student is working for library? So that student's SSN should be matched. Along with that, what is your project number? So we will be assigning you, because you are 50 students, two people will be assigned. So then what is your project number? Let us say your project number is 20. From which table? Project table. And from which department project it is? It is from a department MCA. The MCA department number is 5. Let us assume like that. Then these two we are taking. From that we want to fetch what is a student name, what is a student first name and last name. From where I am getting from the employee table. So that's how we retrieve the query, something like this. Okay, so next we want to know exists. We want to check out how the exist keyword is working. So retrieve the name of each employee who has dependent with the same first name as employee. Then select first name, last name from employee, where exist select star from dependent, where SSN equals to ESSN, and first name should be equal to dependent name also. So the same thing what we have checked in the earlier. The first father's name, parents' names are same, then even the first name of the dependent should also be same. So we are just using a exist keyword. So retrieve the names of the employee who have no dependents. Means maybe you some staff has joined BMSIT college. Some staff has joined the BMSIT college. Then what we are doing? He has joined, but he is still not yet married. So then definitely he will not be having any dependents. Because he is not married, he may not have a dependent. He may not have wife. He may not have kids. So those employee names we want. That's what here it is. This query will be fetching that particular. So select star from dependent, where what is a social security number of the employee, like your USN. Same way employees will be having a employee ID. So that's what here in this table, what they call it is called as a social security number. So it should be equal, and it should not be present. So not exist. Those employees first name and last name should be fetched from the employee table. Okay, so now we'll see explicit set. So what is this explicit set? Suppose I want to take a checkout in all the 3 tables. So I want to know whether the employee is working for how many projects, whether he is working for only 1 project, whether he is working for 2 projects, whether he is working for 3 projects. Then it is also possible to use an explicit or enumerated set of values in the where clause rather than the nested query. Retrieve the social security number of all employees who work on project number 1, 2, or 3. Select distinct ESSN from works on where P number in 1, 2, 3. So project number 1, 2, and 3. So here what we have done, we have taken we want to know whether the student, whether the particular project, the particular person, that is employee, is working for 3 projects. The project numbers are 1, 2, and 3. And from where we are fetching, because we need to know whether that particular employee is working for which. So in that case, we are taking a table called as a works on. And distinct keyword, the redundancy will be removed, because in works on table definitely there will be a duplication. So we don't want the duplication, because if the same person is working for project 1, if the same person is working for project 2, the same person is working for project 3, then it will be repeating 3 times. So but we don't want that 3 times to repeat. We want it to be only 1 time. So in that case, we use a distinct. Same way, suppose now what is the strength of 3rd semester? It's a 51 students. But out of 51 students, there will be some values in the table where there will be a null. Because I don't know all your phone numbers, then we will represent it as a null. Nulls in SQL query. SQL allows queries that check if the value is null, that is missing or undefined or not applicable. SQL uses is or is not to compare null, because it considers each null value distinct from other null values. So equality comparison is not appropriate. So retrieve the names of all employees who do not have the supervisor. You select first name, last name from employee where super SSN is null. So that's what we can see here. We are checking whether the super SSN. What is the super SSN? So when do we call super SSN? The supervisor or heads of the particular department is null. So then those particular details of first name and last name should be fetched from the table called as an employee. Same way how we have seen in the relational operator, here also we can use a join operator. Allows the user to specify different types of join. That is a theta join, natural join, left outer join, right outer join, and a cross join. So that's what here we can see a join relation features. So now let's see the same query, how without using join and with using join, how we can write. So in this case, so we want to select the employee and the supervisor, supervisor first name, last name, and employee's first name and last name from an employee where E and S are there, where super SSN should be equal to SSN, can be written as first name, last name of the employee, and super SSN of employee, that is head of the department's first name, last name, from where? From employee table, and join that is left outer join with the employee S. So that is S stands for alias. On how we want to join these two tables, that is a employee table, and two copies we have taken. One is E and one is S. E represents all the employees. S represents the heads of the department. So then compare this with the super SSN should be equal to SSN. So that's what here we join this. So the same query without joining is been written here. That's how here the first one says states you that the same query can be written without using join, whereas the same query can be written with using a join. What type of join we have used? We have used a left outer join. So now join relation feature, select first name, last name, and address from employee E department, where D name equal to research and department number equals to department number, can be written as select first name, last name, address from employee, join department on department number equals to department number, where D name equals to research, or as select first name, last name, and address, the same query. So you can see here the first query where we have not used any join, whereas in the second one we have used a join operator. The same query can also be written using a natural join. So it's left to us which type of join we are using and what type of join we are using. So in the first query, the same query will result, the result of all the three queries will be same. But here what is the changes? In the first query we have not used any join. In the second answer we have written just a simple join. In the third query, so we have used a natural join. Same way. So now let us see how the project number, department number, last name, birth date, and address of a particular employee should be fetched. So in that case, we can join, we can use a multiple join. And the same way, we can just see here, select project number, department number, last name, birth date, address from project, join department on D number equals to D number, join employee on manager SSN equals to SSN, where location equals to Stanford. So that's how here we use a multiple join. What was the multiple join we have used? We have joined project and a department. We have joined a project, join department. On which column we are joining? We are joining on a D number equals to D number. In the same way, one more join we are joining, that is employee. How we are joining? On manager SSN should be equal to SSN of an employee. Along with that, these are the two conditions where we are using for joining the three tables. So what are the three tables we are used? Department, project, and employee. All these three tables are used for joining. And what are the two types of join we have used? One time we have joined with the D number. Another time we are joining with the social security number of an employee. So that's what here you can see that multiple joins, two joins we have used, and where P location equals to Stanford. So again we are saying where is the project location. So now suppose if we say MCA department, what is the location of MCA department? So you will say that you go to BSN block, go to second floor, there you will get a MCA department. Same way here, location of that particular project. So next we move on aggregate function. So what is the aggregate functions? Aggregate functions, we have a count, sum, max, minimum and average. So find the maximum salary, minimum salary and the average salary among all the employees. Select maximum salary, minimum salary, average salary from the employee table. So what did we do? So we want to know who is getting a maximum salary and who is getting a minimum salary, who is getting a average salary in the employee table. So here in this query will get us maximum salary, minimum salary, and what is the average salary from a table called as an employee. All three aggregate functions we have used: max function, min function, and the average function. Same way, here what did we do? We have not used any where condition. So all we'll fetch, we are comparing complete employee table. So suppose if we give a where condition. So suppose you can see here, find the maximum salary and the minimum salary and the average salary among employee who works for research department. So now what this query was saying is, this query says us from employees, means from complete BMSIT employees. Whereas here in this case what we are saying is we want maximum salary, minimum salary, average salary from only MCA department. The people who are employees who are working for MCA department. Select maximum salary, minimum salary, average salary from employee, then department, where D number equals to D number and D name equal to research. So that's what here, these max, minimum and average. So that's the difference between the last query and this query. In the last query, we are not checking out all the departments. We just say BMSIT, what is a BMSIT college maximum, minimum and average salary. But in this query, what we are doing, we within BMSIT, MCA department. So in MCA department, who is getting maximum, who is getting minimum and who is getting the average. So that's what here this aggregate function will be doing. So next one, retrieve the total number of employees in the company and the number of employees in the research department. So select count from employee. So what we are doing, we want to know how many people are working in BMSIT. Then we will just say that select count star from employee table. This is for, first one is for complete BMSIT employee, but I want only MCA department employees. So then how to write? Select count from employee and department, where D number and D number, that is a column in the employee table, column in the department table should be matching, and department name is what? Research. Whereas if I say MCA, your department name is MCA. I want those employees who are working for MCA department and how many. That's what here count. Count is what? It will give us MCA department count. So next we move on to subqueries. So what is a subquery? Using the subquery to solve the problem. Who has a salary greater than John's? So we want to fetch, subquery is what? Same way like nested query. But here we are just giving another name called as a subquery. Which employee has a salary greater than John's salary? Subquery, what is a John's salary? So select list from table, where expression, that is operator, select list from table. The subquery, that is inner query, executes once before the main query. The result of subquery is used by the main query, that is an outer query. So what we are doing, first always the inner query will be executed first. So this colored one will be executed first. After this is executed, the outer query will be executed. So this is a general syntax for writing a subqueries. So that's what here it says, that subquery, that is subquery inner query. Inner query means inside query will be executed before the main query. So after the inner query is executed, the result of the subquery is used in the main query, that is outer query. Okay, so let us take in the subqueries, what are the properties in the subquery? Subquery is a select statement that is embedded in a clause of another select statement. You can build powerful statements out of the simple ones by using subqueries. They can be very useful when you need to select rows from a table with a condition that depends on the data in the table itself. You can place the subqueries in the number of SQL clause, that is where clause, having clause, and a from clause. In the syntax, operator includes a comparison operator such as greater than, equal to, or in operator. Comparison operator falls in two classes: single row operator, multiple row operator. So what is single row operator? Greater than, equal to, greater than or equal to, less than, not equal to, less than or equal to. And the multiple rows in, any, and all. The subquery is often a reference to as a nested select, subselect, or inner select statement. The subquery generally execute first, and its output is used to complete the query condition for the main or the outer query. So now we want first, the inner query says that the salary of a particular employee whose employee number is 5766. From this, suppose let us assume that we got a salary 2975, something like that. Let us assume. So out of that, the people who have the same salary, their names should be fetched. That's what here, select ename. From which table? From employee table, where the salaries, whatever the salaries are there in the employee table. So it should be greater than 2975. Those employee details should be given. That is a employee name, that is a King, Ford, and Scott. The inner query determines the salary of employee 7566. The outer query takes the result of the inner query and uses this result to display all the employee who earn more than this amount. So the people who are getting more than this salary should be displayed. That's what you are using a subquery. So writing the guidelines for using a subquery, enclose the subqueries in the parentheses. So what we have to do, so when we are writing the subqueries, we have to write a parenthesis. We have to write within a parenthesis. Then place subqueries on the right side of the comparison operator. Always, where should be the subquery? Place the subquery on the right side of the comparison operator. Then do not add an order by clause to the subquery. So what we do, do not add, we cannot add a order by clause to the subqueries. So we were using a ordering, either ascending or descending order. So what the suggestions, what the guideline says to us, not to use the order by clause when we are using the subqueries. Then use a single row operator with a single row subqueries. So when we are doing, so we cannot do with a multiple row. Instead of that, try to use a single row operators when we are using in a subqueries. So when we are using, there may be options. Sometimes we may require multiple rows to be operated, like sum, average. So those are multiple rows. So whereas maximum is a single row. So I want to find out only the maximum salary or minimum salary. This function is for a single row. Whereas sum is what? Multiple rows. All values we are doing. So use multiple row operator with multiple row subqueries. So that's a guidelines for using a subqueries. So we can see here types of subqueries. The single subquery, single row subquery. So that's what here you can see. This is a inner query, that is a subquery, and this is a outer query, that is a main query. So what this will return? It will return a single value, that is a clerk. So the same way, multiple row subqueries, what we do, subqueries and main queries, and it will return clerk and a manager. So these are the two things, that is a clerk and the manager. So then multiple column subqueries, subquery and main query, then returns two columns, that is a clerk salary as well as manager salary. So we can just see here in the output column, first single row we are getting only the clerk names, who are the clerks who are working. So whereas in the second one we are fetching two rows, one all the clerks as well as the managers. In the third one Even we are fetching a clerk and his salary, and manager as well as his salary. So these are the different types of subqueries what we can use. Okay, so when we say that types of subqueries we can use, that is a single, multiple, and a multiple column. So single row subqueries returns only one row, uses a single row comparison operator. That is, we can use a equal operator. So I want to compare the marks of, suppose, Asta assigned Anus. Then what I'll do, I'll use a equal. Again, I want to know who has a greater than. So I want to check all the students whose marks is greater than 25 or 30 marks. So then I use a greater than. Even I want to check the boundary also. I cannot just say greater than 30. So in case if one student got 30, then what I have to do? In that case, we use a greater than or equal to. Then I want to know who got less than 10. So then I can say less than 10. I told less than 10, but in case if it is a 10, then what? So then we are using a less than or equal to. Then we may use not equal to also. So that is what single row subquery. So let us see how this single row subquery is been done. The single row subquery is one that returns one row from the inner select statement. This type of subquery uses single row operator. The slide gives a list of single row operator. Example, display the employees whose job title is same as that of the employee 7369. So then select employee name and job from where? From employee table, where job equal to select from a job. So what we want the employee whose job is clerk and his number is 7369. From which table? From employee table. So that's what they have told. Display the employees whose job title is same as that of the employee 7369. 7369, suppose what is a 7369? Suppose let us assume that he is a clerk. And how many clerks are there in the employee table? All employees, those employee who are a clerk, their name and their job should be displayed. That's what here you can see. The employee name, all these James, Smith, Adams and Miller, all these are the clerks working for a particular company. And in which table these are present? These are present in the employee table. And who are friends of all of these person? Who are 7369 is also a clerk who is working for the employee table. So that's what here we are using a single row subquery. So how the executing of the single row subquery will be done? So suppose if there are multiple. So if it is single, fine. If it is multiple, then what? First the clerk as well as his salary. So we are just checking out his the person job is a clerk and what is a salary. And I want all those employees who is a clerk as well as their salary should be greater than this 1100. That particular person name and job should be displayed. So that's what here you can see. Employee name Miller and what is the job? That is a clerk. That's how we execute the multiple row query. Okay. So in the same way, using the group function in a subquery. So just now they've given in the guidelines, don't use group by function, but we can use a grouping. So something like minimum, maximum. So how to do that and how these group functions, that is name, job, salary, should be fetched. So first I want to select what is the minimum salary of the employee. The minimum is who is getting less salary is 800. So the person who is getting a less in the employee table is a value is 800. And I want to know who are the other employees who are also getting 800 and what is their job title. So that particular person name, job and salary should be fetched. So that's what you can see here. the employee who is having 800, compare this query, inner query will give me a result called as a 800. This 800 will be compared in the employee table. Who else are also getting 800? That is, even one more person called is getting a 800. And what is his job? He is a clerk. And what is his name? His name is a Smith. So that's how we are fetching these details. So then, can we use a group by class using a having clause? Yes, we can use. The Oracle server executes subqueries first. The Oracle server returns results into the having clause of the main query. So what it is, let us see that select department number, that is minimum salary from the employee table. So, but who is getting a minimum salary from the employee? What is this query is doing? This query is just, let us take an example, all BMSIT, full complete BMSIT college employees, and who is getting less than, who is getting 800, and there may be so many people who are getting. So these are the things. But I want to know in MCA department who is getting 800. So that's what this inner query, what we are done, minimum salary is 800. From which department? Some department number as 20. First this 800 will be fetched. After 800 is fetched, I want to know what is for which department this person is and what is the salary. So that's what here, department number and the salary from which table? From employee table. And group, how do we group? So first all employees in MCA department will be grouped. So that is how many employees, suppose let us say we are 14. So 14 people will be combined in the group by, that is MCA department. In MCA department, who is getting less than 800? In BMSIT college, the minimum is 800. Let us assume like that. So then in MCA department, who is getting that 800? That will be displayed here. Then having class with the subqueries. So you can use the subqueries not only in the where clause, but also we can use in a having clause also we can use. The Oracle server executes the subquery and the results are returned into the having clause of the main query. The SQL statement on the slide displays all the departments that have a minimum salary greater than that of department 20. So department number, that is minimum salary. So here department number 10, department number 30. So what is the minimum salary for department 10 is 1300. What is the minimum salary for the department 30 is 950. So that's how this will be displayed. So the SQL statement on this displays all the departments minimum salary greater than 20. That's what you can see here. Find the job with the lowest average salary, that is select job average salary from employee, group by job, having salary equals to select minimum salary and the average of from the employee based on their group. So now, in the multiple row subqueries, even we can use a return more than one row. So use multiple row comparison, that is we can use same maybe how we have used in the simple queries in any and all. In means what? It will be using when should we use in? Equal to any member in the list. So I want to know the student who are all working in Bangalore, that is in. Any compare value to each value written by the subquery. And what is all? Compare value to every value written by the subquery. So how do we do this? Multiple row subqueries. Subqueries that return more than one row are called multiple row subqueries. You can use multiple row operator instead of a single row operator with the multiple row subqueries. The multiple row operator accepts one or more values. Select employee name, salary, department number from employee, where salary in, select minimum salary from employee, group by department number. The same one, find the employees who earn the same salary as the minimum salary for the department. So the inner query is first executed, producing a query result three rows, that is 800, 950 and 1300. So in this case, the same thing here, what we are doing, we are using the in. So I want all those employees whose salary is between this, that is a person should may be getting 800, or employee may be getting 950, or the employee may be getting 1300. So that's what here the main query block is then processed and uses the value returned by the inner query to complete its search condition. In fact, the main query could look like the following to the Oracle server. Select employee name, salary, department number from employee, where salary in 800, 950 and 1300. So these salary should be out of these. Either it should be 800, or it should be 950, or it should be 1300. Okay. So we may use, we have just seen in. Same way we can use a any. Any means what? Either any. So either he should be a clerk. If he is a clerk, the clerks may be getting first is 950, or he may get 900, or he may get 1100 or 1300. Based on their experience, the salary may be increased. Maybe first year they would have got, as they've joined, they would have got 800. Later, after 1 year, they would have got 950. After that, they would have got 11. After that, they would have got 13. So like this, select employee number, employee name, job from employee, where salary less than any and job not equal to clerk. So that's what here, employee number, employee name and job. So what is the employee number? 7654. What is the employee name? Some name, that is Martin. And what is the job? Salesman. In the same way, the employee number 7521, and what is the name? That is a ward. And what is the job title? He is also a salesman. So like this, we can use a any. Same way, we can also use a all. So using all operator in multiple rows of queries, select employee number, name, job from employee, where salary should be all. Means I should have the people who are getting 2175. Also, I want the people who are getting 2916 and 6667, or I want even 1566667.667. So these three also, all the people, employees who are all getting these within these, I want all. So after executing this query, so we'll get King, Johns, Ford and Scott. So what is their job title? He is a president, he is a manager, he is an analyst, he is an analyst. So that's what using the all operator. So write a query to display the employee name and hire date for all employees in the same department as Blake, exclude Blake. So that's what employee name and data. So that's what here the query will be executed. So in the same way, create a query to display the employee number and name for all employees who earn more than the average salary. Sort the result in the ascending order of the salary. So can you people write this? Yes, you will definitely able to write. So we want employee names and their date of joining. Along with that, the second query what it says, we want employee number and employee name. So the same way, these are even we can write queries for all these questions. So what is this question says? We write a query that will display the employee number, name for all the employees who works in a department with any employee whose name contains a T. So yes, you can write. Same way here, display the employee name, department number and job title of all the employees who are working in the location Daldia. So based on this location, we can write. In the same way, display the employee name and salary of the employee who report to a king. So that's what here. So this ends your revision, and I'll stop here. Tomorrow, means after your inference, we can continue.
Excuse
Yes.
me, ma'am.
Yes, Rash.
Ma'am, for record, have to write the board diagrams, ma'am. PR diagram.
Yes,
and,
yes, Rashmi. Yes, both you have to write. Because that is important ER diagram compulsory, it will be there, at least one will be there for your final exam. That's the reason, at least if you write 5, no, it will be easy. You learn something. Only that is the intention.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Asta, answer your attendance, and I'll paste the quiz link. Or you can complete the quiz. Meanwhile, I take the attendance. Again, I have pasted. The people who have joined can complete. So, Asta, Abhinav, Aishwarya,
Present, ma'am.
Amrish,
Yes, ma'am.
Anu,
Present, ma'am.
Arbaz,
Present, ma'am.
Arjun,
Present, ma'am.
Ashok,
Present, ma'am.
Benita, Bhargavi,
Present, ma'am.
Bhargavi, Bhavishya,
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Chaitra,
Present, ma'am.
Devmalai,
Present, ma'am.
Diksha, Deepika,
Present, ma'am.
Deepika MB,
Present, ma'am.
Krishna,
Present, ma'am.
Gangubai,
Present, ma'am.
Gujia,
Present, ma'am.
Arshit,
Present, ma'am.
Junjar, Kavya,
Present, ma'am.
Kishore, Lata.
Present, ma'am.
Kishore, what happened? Three days we were not absent. We were absent. Huh, Kishore? Okay, Lata, present.
Yes, ma'am.
Manisha,
Present, ma'am.
Manjunath,
Yes, ma'am.
Nayana,
Present, ma'am.
Nilanjan,
Yes, ma'am.
Nishant.
Present, ma'am.
Sir, yesterday class you were absent, sir. Pavitra,
Present, ma'am.
Maithili,
Present, ma'am.
Priyanka,
Present, ma'am.
Pavan,
Present,
Akash,
ma'am.
Yes,
Akash,
ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Rajeshwari,
Present, ma'am.
Rakesh,
Present, ma'am.
Ramya,
Present, ma'am.
Rashmi,
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am. Ma'am, Rashmi present.
yeah, Mark Rashmi, Ravi,
Yes, ma'am.
Rizwan,
Present, ma'am.
Vishal,
Present,
Vishal,
ma'am.
Savita,
Ma'am.
Shruti,
Present, ma'am.
Sneha,
Yes, ma'am.
Spurti,
Present, ma'am.
yes, Srinidhi,
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Srinivas,
Present, ma'am.
Sunil, Vaishnavi,
Vaishnavi. Present, ma'am.
Vinny.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, so all the best, do well. Tomorrow is your internals, do well. And try in the last internals, I could see that some people were able to write only 4. Why? You can try to complete all 5. So 5 questions is compulsory. You write 5, then only your marks will be good. If you write 4, how can we give you for 5 marks? 5 questions we cannot give. So try to write all, try to attempt for all the questions. 5 questions. If you have, you please write all 5. Okay, so all the best. Have a class after.